Trash.
I feel like beauty standards, change so much. It's so fickle. You know, if you look at like even like when I was in school, there was like a thing like where people wanted to be really skinny. Do you know what I mean? And then it's like now people get bullied for online for being too skinny. You know, and I don't know. I suppose just like. What I'm thinking is like, do you I don't know, because I feel like, do men get affected by beauty standards like tied into like Instagram and social media and stuff? Like, does it affect guys at all? Like, you're a guy, like question. Or is it just women? Or like, it probably isn't, but I suppose I've never asked a man that. I've heard a lot of women talk about it.
Yeah, it's interesting that you
it's
said
obvious for women, but
I think for women it's a more obvious thing in terms of
most women are getting surgery. Most plastic surgery is done on
it's
women's
a more obvious thing
and
for women, like beauty standards.
Pressure.
The beauty standards are crazy for women, and it's online. Women have to adhere to like this crazy level of beauty.
I do see more and more like things for men as well.
Yeah. That's what I was coming to. I do think like in terms of men, there is also. It's not as intense, but I do think there are some standards that are pushed in terms of like how men are supposed to look. But I think as well the main thing is like how they are perceived. That's more more of a thing. Like especially in like black community, and I think in a lot of communities. But I think that it's like a lot of pushing this picture of like stunting and wealth and flossing and like looking like you're living this high life. I think that's what the men see. That's what the men see. Okay. That is like. So
it's rather than like pushed. Appearances, beauty. And
I think appearances as well. Like obviously you could say like there's a stock kind of male look. That is the thing at the moment with all the tattoos and that kind of thing, and like that whole look. But then I think more with the men, I think it's more about how they're perceived. Are you perceived as like looking rich or looking like you have a lot of material wealth and all of that? I think that is where the men are. The pressure is for the men to look like that, or to look like they are winning in that way. Yeah, exactly. Whereas I think for women, it's more about their features.
It's true. It's true. I feel like a man could have like, I don't know. It is weird. I feel like people do take like value from themselves from Instagram a bit too much, especially during lockdown. I feel like things aren't open. People aren't going out for drinks and just being normal. People are seeing each other more on Instagram than even in real life, more than they ever have in their lives. You know what I mean? So people like, even just like, myself, like even if I look back at my old Instagram, like I think like I probably would, the things that I would like upload before of myself, now I feel like more pressure, like I wouldn't upload that because I don't know, be more self-conscious about it or something, which is really fucking weird. But I think that's just because of like a sheep kind of mentality of like, and even girls that like I follow and they've always been kind of a bit like just very themselves, like with their faces. Do you know what I mean? Like they now like they never go on like Instagram without a filter. Changing their face to make their lips bigger or this and that. Do you know what I mean? So now like I try and not use them. I think I look weird with them. I like the Paris filter, the one that kind of smooths out stuff, but it doesn't change your actual filter features. But it's stupid that like, why do we even care? But it's
this is the thing. I think
weird.
I do think like there's nothing wrong with like a filter now and then. Excuse me, no COVID.
No, he doesn't.
I do.
People are gonna be like, why are they sitting?
Yeah, like they're not socially distancing.
Because we both know that we're fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There is. What was I saying? Filters. Yeah. So I do think like with filters, I don't think there's a problem with filters per se.
No.
Like for a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But like in terms of if you're someone, if I go on your profile and every single picture and story post, you can't not have a filter. It's like the equivalent of when some people can't go out without makeup. So then it becomes like a thing where it's like you're relying on it to like try and hide the things that you don't like about yourself.
Yeah, because we're pressured so much. Do you know what I mean? To not have any flaws, and even who was it? Oh, what's her name? You know, Kevin and Perry, the woman from Kevin and Perry. I love
Catherine.
her.
Is it Kathleen Tate?
No.
Catherine
What's her
Tate?
name? No, I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name.
But,
no,
but anyway,
but she's amazing. She did this documentary about like being beautiful and stuff like this, and she was just like, wow, like it wasn't like this in my day, kind of thing.
No,
so she was like, yeah, you wanted a little bit decent or a bit presentable. She was like, but now it's like every woman feels like they got to be stunning.
Yeah, because it's
where
like
before it wasn't like, it was more like the celebrities are the ones that look like perfect, and we're used to, we're like, oh thank God we're not a celebrity that we got.
Well, yeah, it's like you got to think
now
about.
it's like just normal girls just feel like they can't just. She was saying like I feel she's noticed that a lot of girls don't even feel like they're like pretty or whatever. It's like, oh no, I've got to be like fucking
Gotta be
beautiful.
stunning. Yeah.
Like that is very real. And so when I come across Instagram pages and stuff where they are posting like just like natural bodies, not that there is anything wrong with surgery like or artificial anything, do you know what I mean, at all, but it is a breath of fresh air too, do you know what I mean? It is a relief. Bit of body hair, bit of acne, it's like, oh my God, it's weird.
Yeah, like that does make me despair when I see like comments.
But I feel like it's been even just since lockdown. Because how long have we been in lockdown now? A year?
On and off, like since March. Yeah, like we're in, at time of recording, we're in December, and it was since March.
Yeah, no, but it wasn't like last summer we were in lockdown.
March.
Yeah,
That's
and then
spring.
I don't fucking know. No, it's been a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's been
I
ages.
Don't even know.
On and off. We were in lockdown for 6 months.
It's been too long.
We were in lockdown for 6 months,
Yeah.
and initially, and then like we went back into lockdown.
I feel like everyone's spending a lot more time on Instagram.
Yes.
To see each other, to socialise, because we haven't been allowed to meet up.
Yeah.
And with that, I feel like it has, you know,
But there's definitely
had
like
an effect on people.
Yeah, there's definitely like a
I've
culture
noticed.
of like viciousness about like people who don't fit into that kind of pre-packaged look that people are looking for. So like, you know, if you go on Instagram and there's someone with a little bit of hair or like whatever, like women under their armpits or whatever, it's like, oh, what's she doing? Or her hair's cut short or whatever, like why has she done that? Do you know what I mean? It's like there's a whole it's like this is the look.
Yeah, they
and
make
everything
memes.
else,
They make memes like her on Instagram, her in real life. Yeah. And I'm like, the picture they're doing of her in real life is, I think that looks fucking gorgeous. But But also even just that, like, I feel like I don't fucking know.
But I think as well, like, you know, we were saying earlier, like about lost my train of thought. We were saying earlier about the filters.
Yeah.
And how the filters, you know, there's nothing wrong with the filters, but in terms of if someone is having to rely on that in the same way, you know, if they having to rely on that, then, you know, that shows like an issue with, you have a problem with like your inside, like you have a problem with yourself.
Yeah, even like who is it? Have you ever watched
Who?
The Broad City? Have you ever watched Broad City?
Broad City?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Abby and Alana.
Oh, really?
It's funny, like basically she starts work, and she's like, or they're both at a new job or something, and they're like, your boobs have grown or something. She was like, no, I wore a push-up bra on the first day. She was like, and now I can't. She was like, I can't go back or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just, even talking about it, it's just like, it sounds so fucking stupid, but it is like, but it's just real. But you know what I mean? And these women, like, mainly women, like they're the most, like, some of these women are the most like intelligent, amazing, beautiful women ever. But I have seen that you can just see that they feel like, and talking about myself too, that it's kind of like, where, like I was saying before, like I would upload anything to social media and not give a fuck what I looked like. But suddenly, I don't know what has been in the air. Maybe it's just since filters came out. We all just using filters too much, and I do think it is a bit unhealthy. Because if it is like you wouldn't feel comfortable putting yourself
if it's too much,
looking a bit rough or something. I don't know.
How do you feel? Like, how often do you feel like the need to use filters, and do you use
I don't like I said, I don't like the filters that change your face, like make things bigger, make things smaller, because they'll make your nose smaller, make your lips bigger. But like, I just like the Paris filter.
Which one is that?
It makes your skin look nicer.
Oh, is that the one that smooths off the...
It just
it's like
just gives a little smooth.
Yeah.
Just softens everything out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes. It's interesting, man.
Bullshit.
It is.
It's a load of bullshit.
It is a load of bullshit.
Because then like, even if I'm like hanging around with anyone, I'm like the goofiest, weirdest person ever.
But that's the thing. We're trained. Our minds are it's conditioning, isn't it?
It's ego.
Yeah. Like, if you see something enough, then your mind will be trained to like be like, oh no, it's got to be like that. Like, and I mean,
and everyone
it's crazy.
just like, oh, we're just all doing it together, kind of thing.
Like, people will go on like dating sites with all of their pictures.
Yeah.
With filters. It's like, I don't know what you look like. Are you a cow? Are you a deer? Like, what's this? Like, so, and I think when you've got to that level, it's a problem. Like, if you just on your stories with one filter now and again, and you know that's not a big deal. But I think once you've got to a point where every single picture of you that exists is filtered, then I do think like seek help.
I need to seek help. It's got Paris filter in it.
Every picture.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an intervention.
Literally.
No, well, but that's stories though. I'm trying to make excuses for you.
I mean, you're trying to make excuses. No, I'm being honest. I'm being real. Like,
it
is like, but
no, I hear that.
But it's
But yeah, look.
But people use them fucking ring lights as well to smooth everything out.
Yeah.
And then, but I saw this one guy. He was like, my makeup with a ring light. There's a trend of that going around as well.
What?
They're like faces that look like this also look like this and this. It's just very looks. I think everything's just very looks wise more than ever.
I don't think that's anything new. I just think that with
I think it's so new.
It's not new. I just think with social media, look, because in show business, that's always been a thing.
Yeah, but it was show business.
But yeah,
now it's your average 15-year-old girl walking down the street.
That's the difference.
Taking a picture with her mate, she won't be like.
Yeah, but I mean, what I mean is like that's in show business, and the beauty standard was always to look up to the people.
But we kind of didn't know as teenagers when we were teenagers. Like, we didn't. We were just kind of like, that's Beyonce, and she's. Yeah, but now it's like 15-year-old is like, no, I need to look as beautiful as Beyonce.
You could switch off.
Like, we didn't even fucking think about that.
Because you could switch off from it. You could switch off from it. You can't switch off from it because this is in your pocket all day. It's addictive. Yeah. It's very addictive. This is in your pocket all day. So if you're opening it, and then
even if you're just bored, you're just waiting for the bus. You're just like,
and then if all the people, imagine like all the people that you follow are all models and whatever, and like pop stars, then all you're seeing all day is that these perfect people on fucking boats and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and you're sitting there
living this perfect life
while you're on your tracksuit bottoms.
While you're on the fucking central line,
tits out, just like a fucking cunt. Like,
you're on the 279 bus.
Real.
Like it's mad. So yeah.
Got a hole in your sock and your toe. Just like, I'm a scumbag. I ain't got any holes in my socks today. So.